Welcome to Unboxing, and on this video today we're going to go ahead and talk about the top 5 pound for pound as of June 2015. And I'm doing this video right now to show what's going on in boxing, what are the top fighters that are fighting as of June 2015, and it's basically based on the activity and the opponents have been fighting, mostly for the past few years, but they at least need to be active for the past 6 months. Can't have a fighter on here that hasn't been fighting a year, waiting for somebody to pop up or waiting for their injuries to get any better. But let's go ahead and start our list. And before we go to our top 5, I want to go ahead and mention our honorable mention. And if this fight goes on, I got these two guys on here, Miguel Cotto and Saul Canelo Alvarez. Whoever basically wins out of this fight, if they get this fight going on, should be in the top 5. Canelo, for him being just fighting the top guys up there, even though he lost to Mayweather. Cotto also lost to Mayweather, but that fight could have gone either way. It couldn't have got a draw. Miguel could have won it too, but at the same time, you want to actually beat the champion, not just barely just win the fight. But hopefully they do this, the fights the people want, the people.
To the people over here, to the people over there, to the people from everywhere watching the show.
And hopefully that happens, and I want to get them in the top 5 if they do fight, because they're doing this fight for the people. And go ahead and do our number 5. I went ahead and did a tied. Wladimir Klitschko and Crisco Walters. Wladimir Krusher has been dominating the heavyweight division the past 11, probably longer, but he hasn't lost since almost 11 years. And he's been dominating, knocking out people, fighting the top heavyweights out there. It's not his fault there ain't them competition out there, but at the same time, would have won him to see a knockout against Jennings, but it's first time fighting him back in the U.S. and fighting some quality fighters. I'm not saying they're quality, but it's people that are up there. And Crisco Walters coming off his win against Mayweather. Mayweather ain't a big-time fighter, but it's just Crisco Walters, the way he skill level-wise, very good, been active. In the previous, he had beat Nonito Donaire, Victor Cherien. I want to put Rigondeaux. I actually wanted to put Rigondeaux besides Walters, but Rigondeaux, he hasn't been fighting, the past 6-7 months. So he needs to get there and get some fights going on. But I actually think he's actually a better fighter than Crisco Walters. But he hasn't been fighting, man. So that's why he's not in my top 5. And for number 4, I got Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. People probably want a little bit higher, but at the same time, he hasn't really fought anybody. But it's not because he's choosing his fighters, because nobody wants to fight him. So that's why I got him in my top pound for pound list. Nobody wants to fight him. He's out there. He's consistent. He fights like 2 or 3 times a year. And he's fighting against mandatories, against top 5 people. I'm not saying elite, but he's fighting all the people he could fight. He actually almost looking to go fight up and weight just to get some opponents. But I don't think he's doing that right now, because he probably wants to get the winner out of Canelo and Cotto and see how that happens. And also probably Mayweather, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. That's too much of a drop for him. And also that's too much weight for even Mayweather to go up. But yeah, he's number 4 in our top 5. And he's real active, real good skill level, and his consistency of fighting all the time and getting the KO. Gennady Golovkin right now, he has a 20 KOs win streak going on right now, so that's helping him out a lot for him to be out there, and a lot of people getting scared of him. They don't want to fight him. For number 3, it's going to be Sergey the Krusher Kovalev. And if you haven't been watching the light heavyweight division, he's been dominating. He's been Bernard Hopkins. He's been a lot of fighters. He's been John Pascal, Bernard Hopkins. He called out Adonis Stevenson, which he hasn't really trying to take a fight. And he's been winning by knockouts. He knocked down Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins never been knocked down, or at least not in his prime. He now currently has 3 belts: the WBA, IBF, and WBO. WBC, I think, is owned by Adonis Stevenson, and that's the person he's calling out. Basically, call out Adonis Stevenson as a bitch, so that's why he's ranked up there, number 3. Toughest nails, SOB right there, coming from Russia. And at number 2 right now for our top pound for pound list is Terence Crawford. Why I got him Terence Crawford? Terence Crawford he's been dominating his division. 135, now fighting at 140. And he's consistently fighting fighters 3 times a year. Got fight of the year last year. Won the championship at 135 pounds. Now he's fighting at 140. I guess one of his claim to fame is beating Gamboa and knocking him out. Basically outboxing him, outpowering him. He shows a lot of skills levels. Fighting southpaw and orthodox. He's somebody to be reckoned with. Very, very smart fighter. He kind of starts out slow, knowing the opponent, then he goes out for the kill. And that's why I have him as my number 2 pound for pound list. And for the number 1 on the list is going to be Floyd Mayweather Jr. I get it. And basically, he's undefeated. Before the fight he had against Pacquiao, he beat the pound for pound guy out there before the fight. And that's why Pacquiao's not on here. His lackluster fighting on that round. A lot of people didn't like that fight, but he beat the man. Even though he was injured or anything like that. Mayweather, undefeated, good boxing skills, real smart in the ring. He does cherry pick his opponents. He be cherry picking them, but at the same time, he's still undefeated, and he does it in a good way that he's able to be up there in the top dog. And right now, trying to see who his next opponent is going to be. And not that many people out there for him could give any trouble. You know, he's probably going to fight Amir Khan. I'm not sure he's going to try to fight Bradley or Cotto or somebody for September. He hasn't named nobody yet. This is one of the things he does. He waits till last minute, make sure the other person ain't ready, whoever he's going to call out, and just cherry picks his fighters. And it's basically on his watch because everybody wants to fight him because of the money. And that's why he's called money. Top pound for pound list on the top 5. I also want to get, like I said, it's all skill level, activity, and also opponents. Even though he hasn't fought great opponents, he's still dominating the fighters. And they're top 10 fighters, people that some people want to see him fight, and they're just people out there winning, not looking so bad. But yes, he's the number 1 right now, pound for pound. But one of the main reasons is his activity and his smartness in the ring and out of the ring. But he is the main dog right now. And yes, that's my top 5 pound for pound list as of June 2015. Went by activity, by their opponents they've been fighting, and by their skill level. And if you disagree, please leave any comments on the comment section box below. Please like and please subscribe.